do want to talk for a moment about your monthly special. And I have to tell you, my mind was a little bit blown, Andrew, because acetyl L-carnitine is something that I'm seeing them start to advertise at these B12 injectable places in every mall in America. And they're presenting it as how you can increase your metabolism and get you more energy. And it was the moment at which it became part of the zeitgeist, at least all around every mall here in Florida, that you all of a sudden had a monthly special on acetyl L-carnitine. And what I noticed is that you talked about more than just optimizing metabolism and, you know, the potential weight loss opportunities that are with it, but that it actually is connected to brain function and cognitive focus as well. It was almost as like you were ahead of the game and they're all ushering in behind you. Tell us why you chose this product as your June monthly special.
Well, I've been talking about acetyl L-carnitine for 30 years, but unfortunately, it was always horribly expensive. Today, acetyl L-carnitine, and now every day, it's 75% less expensive than it used to be. So it's now a wonderful opportunity to take advantage of the best form of carnitine, which is essential for fat-burning metabolism. I don't think it's fair to say it's some metabolic booster or some magical energy product, but what you were leading to, Brett, is the fact that the role it plays in brain function, the role it plays as a precursor for acetylcholine, the critical neurotransmitter in our brain, that's something I think that goes undiscussed. It's just something these other folks don't talk about because it's not as exciting as calling it some magic metabolic fat-burning product. And what's also great about it, it's perfectly readily absorbable. You don't need to inject this. You don't need to get a shot to get the benefits of it. And as you see from that price, it's about $0.10 a capsule.
Well, I mean, so Andrew,
incredibly affordable.
Those injectables, you know, they wanted me to sign up for the program at $160 a month, and I went, I bet Andrew's got a solution for this. And yes, I bought your monthly special, and I'm amazed that they don't want to talk about cognitive function and brain focus. I mean, I think we're distracted, right? We're all multitasking our cell phones, we're distracted drivers, we're being bombarded. If there's something out there that can help me stay more like focused and present on my children and really witnessing and remembering the moments of my life, and there's a product out there that can help me boost that potential, I'm in, sign me up, I'm ready for it. So I'm so thrilled that you did this month. You definitely gave me an education and got me more excited to try this product. I will let everybody know, with over 18,000 sold this month, there are only 1,500 of these bottles left at this special monthly special pricing. What you have today is the 60 count at $7 off, the 120 count at $12 off, the 240 count at $25 off, and again, your best value is basically a 1-year